Welcome back to the Sage Audio channel. Today we'll cover 4 mastering limiter plugins you need to know, which our subscribers suggested. We'll talk about each plugin in depth and cover each function, as well as listen to examples of each on a stereo mix. Then we'll compare all 4 back to back at the end of the video. So if you could, like, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for the full video. But first, if you're an artist, engineer, or producer, and you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample of it. All you have to do is set up an account, upload the song, and we do the rest. Up first is Elevate by Newfangled Audio. Elevate is a plugin that a lot of people seem to be big fans of, and for good reason. The plugin is truly one of a kind as it offers up to 26 bands of limiting, transient shaping, and a spectral clipper. Starting in the main parameters page, you can affect the 3 main functions of the plugin. When dealing with the limiter, you can introduce gain, adjust the speed, and lower the ceiling. The adaptive gain increases the independence of each band, but we can take a look at that later on. Adaptive speed makes the release time program dependent. At the top of the limiter section, you can turn on or off true peak detection and alter the number of bands that the plugin utilizes. The transient emphasis and spectral clipper can both be quickly controlled from this front page as well. If we click on the filter bank, we can see the bands that we're using. These can be soloed for monitoring, be reduced from 26 bands to a lower number, and can have their frequencies customized by clicking the frequency of the band and dragging it. This bank sets the filter number and frequency for both the limiter and the transient shaper. In the limiter section, we see the bands that we have, and we can amplify or attenuate them to more or less equalize the frequency spectrum. You'll also notice that when you increase the adaptive gain, you adjust the relationship between the gains processing. At lower levels, the attenuation is collective, and at higher levels, it's more independent. The transient module is set up just about the same way. With transient emphasis, we can increase or decrease the effect, and with the adaptive transient function, we can make the bands process transients collectively or independently. In the clipper section, we can introduce soft or hard clipping, as well as drive the signal into the clipper if desired. Up top, we have our analyzer, our bypass button, and a match level function which increases the gain of the input when the plugin is bypassed to match the gain of the post-limited signal. Let's take a listen to this plugin on a stereo mix.
I'm falling out and I'm upside down. I'm getting sick of the runaround. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. The beat is slow of my heart.
Next up, we have Limitless by DMG Audio. Limitless by DMG Audio is like an advanced version of some of the multi-band Waves audio limiters. Limitless breaks the signal up into 6 bands. These can have their frequencies changed and be amplified or attenuated prior to any limiting occurring. From there, the threshold also incorporates makeup gain, and the ceiling and release work as you'd expect. Like the FabFilter Pro L2, you can pick multiple limiting styles, each of which work well at accomplishing particular timbres. But if these don't offer you enough control, select Manual and begin to tailor the Advanced section. In it, you can alter the input trim, the slope of the bands collectively, how independent or linked the band's attenuation is, if attenuation is linked or separate on the left and right channels, the look ahead, which will prevent distortion, the knee, which results in more natural sounding compression, but more compression, the weighting, which emphasizes attenuation of the high end at lower settings and the low end at higher settings, the release shape, which affects the ADSR of your attenuation, and dynamics, which introduces program-dependent compression. To the right, we have our output meter, which also measures the LUFS of the signal, offers the loudness units, and shows the peak value. Beneath the output is a clipping section that offers 5 different clipping types and shows in red how much in dB is being affected by the clipper. The oversampling option in the clipper makes it easier to get a louder master without unwanted distortion. Lastly, up top, we can turn on a high-pass filter which attenuates very low frequencies and can have its frequency and slope altered in the setup window. Then, we can turn on true peak detection using the ISP or intersample peaking button. Let's take a listen to the plugin.
I'm falling out and I'm upside down. I'm getting sick of the runaround. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. The beat is slow of my heart.
The next limiter that was suggested by our subscribers is Boost by Ursa DSP. Boost is an easy-to-use but complex plugin. In other words, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that makes this plugin a lot more intricate than it might appear at first. On the left is our input. If this input ever exceeds 0 dB, Boost will instantly shift the limiting to a low distortion mode to help alleviate whatever distortion is occurring. Typically, it's best to keep this meter green, especially when you're mastering. The dial below the input can be switched between drive or general saturation and emphasis, which is saturation with transient expansion. The focus slider is like a low-level compressor. At higher settings, it'll compress the quieter aspects of the signal and push them forward. Like most low-level compressors, this function is dynamic and will change with the incoming signal. Boost is your general maximizer, which is used to push the signal into the limiter ceiling. Keep an eye on your output when using this function. When it turns red, that means the limiter is being engaged. Related to the focus and boost is the slider to the right called max gain. This slider affects how much the plugin will amplify pre-existing signals. It can be thought of kind of like a range for the maximization of the signal. So if you only want 3 dB of amplification from the focus and boost functions, you can set that here. Look ahead can be switched between 5 settings, which automatically increases the release time to a minimum of that amount. Look ahead and having the release be longer than the look ahead reduces distortion. The release function is on the bottom right, but the plugin operates on a unique program-dependent setting or algorithm, which alters the release time and other variables to reduce unwanted distortion at all times. Lastly, you can set the output of the plugin on the right. The output appears to be true peak, meaning you won't need to worry about intersample peaking distortion. Let's take a listen to the plugin.
I'm falling out and I'm upside down. I'm getting sick of the runaround. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. The beat is slow of my heart.
Last up, we have Brickwall HD by TC Electronic. Now, we've covered the Brickwall HD limiter before in one of our videos, but it's been mentioned a few times, so we might as well cover it again here. The Brickwall HD is unique in that it not only measures the loudness or integrated LUFS of a signal, but it can also set the output of the limiter to that loudness. In short, the gain can be alternated between the traditional dB mode and an LUFS mode, which allows you to determine the desired LUFS of the signal, measure the input, and then normalize its gain to that LUFS. Additionally, the plugin includes a soft clipper with 3 different settings and variable threshold, an adaptive release, 4 different algorithms for limiting, and a ceiling. This plugin has a great tone as well as maintains the transient detail and overall clarity of the master. Let's take a listen to it.
I'm falling out and I'm upside down. I'm getting sick of the runaround. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. The beat is slow of my heart.
Last up, let's take a listen to all 4 limiters back to back on the same sample.
We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home. We only talk at night when you are feeling high. Close my eyes and realize you're not coming home.
So these are the picks that our subscribers made, but what do you think? Is there a limiter that you wanted to see on this list but wasn't here? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, if you're an artist or an engineer, send us one of your mixes at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample of it. All you have to do is set up an account, upload the song, and we'll do the rest. But thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and share this video with your friends. This way we know if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Also, you can subscribe to the channel. We release new videos every week, and subscribing is the best way to stay up to date. There's a comment section where you can leave your thoughts on this video, or you can make a suggestion for a future video. And again, if you're an artist or an engineer and you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.